Hi Capricorn, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Capricorn, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Archangel Michael cards. Then I'm going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. Sorry guys, I'm just putting my little stuff on the side. Okay, here we go. So let's do this. Whenever you see this reading will be the right time to see the reading, even if it's an old reading or a new reading. Really just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. All right, so Capricorn, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Two cards from Archangel Michael for your highest good. This is for Capricorn. Nice. All right. All right, so you have don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Aw, this is nice. So really have compassion and forgiveness in your heart, you guys. Don't harden your heart, because of everything that's going on. Whatever it is, try to resolve it, okay? Really have forgiveness and compassion. Archangel is here to help you, okay? Love again. And then it says, stay the course. Don't panic. You're not in the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and move on. And definitely keep going. Don't give up. Use these experiences, these lessons that we go through life as a learning tool. Okay, like you're not going to do it again. You're not going to go through this again. So you're not going to make the same mistakes again. Trust me. The universe will keep repeating the same thing over and over until you learn it. So trust me, they do. All right, so let's do this, Capricorn. Capricorn, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. See what this is right there. Okay. One card is correct. One for the situation. One for the past. One for the what's hidden. One for, okay, hopes and fears. One for what you need to do now. What you need to work on. And the outcome. Wow. Nice. All right. Got some strong cards here. Got a lot of major arcana here also. So, nice. All right, so you start off with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is talking about, you have a lot of support in your life, a lot of support from your friends and family. I also feel like there's celebration here coming through. I feel like there's some kind of togetherness also. It doesn't necessarily have to be a celebration, but it's like to get together. I also feel with the Sun here for the situation, I feel like you need to start thinking positive and everything. Like, everything that you're going through, it doesn't matter. Like, really start thinking positive, okay? You have the Ten of Swords for the past. Something came to an end, whether it was a relationship, an obstacle, a career, whatever it was. There's something here that came to an end. Okay, so there was but when there was an ending, there's always a new beginning. So just remember that also. You have for what's hidden, you have the King of Wands. Start taking control of your life. Start taking charge of everything that's going on in your life. Start doing what you want to do. Be the entrepreneur that you are and start creating what you want. But first you got to take care of all these things that are going on in your life. You have a Chariot card here. The Chariot card is saying that you could be moving. Some of you guys could be moving resident to resident. There's traveling here. I also feel like you need to take control of a lot of things that are going on. But definitely moving forward. I feel like things are going to be moving forward for you. You have the Magician card here for what you need to do now. And remember that you create the world that you live in, okay? Whether you think positive or not, you create it. If you're going to think negative, it's going to come in negative. It's going to be positive. Everything's going to start coming in positive. But it's up to you to create what you want. I feel like there's also manifesting, that you've been trying to manifest everything that's coming in. I feel with the Knight of Cups here, I feel like you need to find your patience. Really find your patience. Things you may not be thinking, I feel like also too here, you need not only to find your patience with things, but I feel like you really need to follow your heart here, because with the Knight of Cups, you have compassion, have forgiveness, have, trust your intuition, but trust your heart too. Open up your heart and follow your heart. Okay. Let your heart help you make your decisions. Then you have the Emperor here. The Emperor is saying for the outcome that, very strong-willed. You're going to be able to have that stability. You're going to be able to make decisions also. But we'll see. Wow. All right. So let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn. Take what resonates. Oh, look at that. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. So definitely something here for you guys. Okay. Otherwise, that card wouldn't have popped out like that. Okay. So let's do this. Clarify the Three of Cups. Why is the Three of Cups here for Capricorn? One more card. Oh, okay. So you do have the Three of Cups here. The Three of Cups is talking about being together, having the support behind you. There's also could be celebration here, but I feel like there's like more of support, from your friends, your family, that whatever you're doing, you still have that support from them. You do have the Four of Pentacles, and I feel like you're very stubborn for some reason. I feel like there's a lot of stubbornness here. Like you're holding on to a lot, and I feel like you need to really let it go. Okay. Trust yourself to just let it go and let things just be gone. Okay. Stop holding on to the past. Stop holding on to grudges. Don't let your ego get in the way. Okay. Because sometimes we let our ego get in our way. We're like, I'm not backing down, or I'm not going to apologize. When you know clearly that you need to, sometimes we just don't apologize. Sometimes you just need to just like look at things differently. Okay. So really let go of the past, of anything that you're holding on to. Let it go. Okay. Because it's time. They're asking you to save money, save money when you can. Also, I do feel like there is traveling here. You have the Page of Pentacles here. Page of Pentacles is talking about financial opportunities coming towards you. I feel like there's some kind of news also. You're going to be getting some kind of news or message coming through. I feel like you're going to also learn something new. Use your finances wisely also. You need to look at them and use them wisely. Try to focus on something else, like your goals, your inspirations. Try to focus on all that. But, try to learn something new also. Learn a new trade, pick up a book. Maybe it has something to do with that. So just do that. Okay, and then you have the Sun card for what you need to learn. I'm sorry, the Sun card and what the situation. Sorry about that, Capricorn. One more card. Wow, this is very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to tell you, everybody's been getting the Six of Swords, so it's a good card to get. All right, so you do have the Hangman. You got the Hangman, and you have the Six of Swords. So, and then you have the Sun card. Okay, so the Sun card is like the best card you could get in a tarot reading. It is. It brings light. It brings happiness, and it's like you want this. This is what you want. You want the sunshine shining on you. You want the happiness again. You want all that, but you need to start letting things go. You need to start looking at things differently and walking away from things that are just not for you. Start walking away from, habits or, things that are getting in the way. I feel like you need to just look at things differently and have patience for everything and think positive, because everything's going to fall into place for you. But you just need to start thinking positive. Like stop thinking like, it's not going to work out because I never go do this. It's not going to work out because I don't have enough money. It's not going to work out because I don't, I would never do that. It's not going to work out. So much doubt that you need to let that go. Okay. Have patience for everything. Let the negative go and think positive. I feel like with the Six of Swords also, for some of you guys, if you're leaving something, behind, Maybe it's the past that you're leaving behind. Whatever it is, you're leaving something behind, an obstacle, a situation, a career, a relationship, something. You're leaving something behind because there is an ending card here. So just know that. But really look at things differently, okay? Because they're asking you to. And think positive. You have the Ten of Swords here for the past, and the Ten of Swords is talking about there is an ending. There was an ending that came through, or there's about to come through. An ending, but when you get an ending, the Ten of Swords is about endings. There's always a new beginning, so just know that, okay? So something new is definitely coming in for you. Because I feel like you're moving forward, because not only do you have the Six of Swords, but you have the Chariot card. You have a lot of good cards here, so just know that. All right, Capricorn. So you have the King of Wands for what's hidden. Why is it? Oh, okay, one more card. And there you go. You have your card here. So you came into your own reading. So something in this reading is something that you needed to hear, okay? So like I said, take charge of your situations, okay? Like, really deal with everything that's going on, focus on your projects, on the goals that you want to create also, because you're the King of Wands. He's an entrepreneur. He knows how to make things move. He knows how to make things go. He lights these ideas and he puts them out there and they start getting, success, so just know that. Start working on that. You do have the Devil card, and the Devil card says that, maybe at times you feel like you're trapped, or you feel like you just can't move forward, or, there's habits or patterns that you continue to keep doing, and they're asking you not to move away from that, to not go back to these old patterns, okay? Leave them. Leave whatever it is that's keeping you, holding you back, let it go and keep going forward. Okay, because you are going to leave it behind, whether you want to or not. You will. Something's going to shift in your life that it's going to make you leave it behind. But they're asking you to. Okay, try not to go back to the old patterns. Try not to, go back to the old habits, or just really focus on something that you want to create and do, because it's time. Because you're gonna be very inspired, because you have the Ace of Wands. You're leaving a lot. There's a lot of things that are going on in your life, but you're going to be very inspired. You're going to have a lot of ideas. This is a new path. This is a new beginning for you. So things are going to go good for you, but you just need to leave those old patterns behind, okay? Really try your best to leave that. And then you have the Chariot card here. And why is the Chariot here? One more card. Wow, that's nice. So definitely, you're going to be moving forward. I already see it here. It's nice. Some of you guys could be moving somewhere new, be traveling, moving from place to place. You're going to start taking control of a lot of things, so it's good. The Chariot card is of success. It's of control, so it's good. It's like you're going to be able to handle everything that comes towards you, because not only that, but you have the Six of Wands here. That's also a card of victory and success, so it's good. You're going to be able to. People are going to recognize all the hard work that you've been doing. You're going to be recognized for everything that's going on. All the hard efforts that you put through in your life. People are going to recognize all that. You're like a role model for people. People do see you in a different way. If you think that they don't, they do. Okay. Could also be people could also be looking at you on social media. So be careful what you put. Be careful what you write. Because there are still people that don't want to see other people happy. I have the Nine of Cups here also. Be content with everything. Have gratitude for everything that you have. Even if it seems like it's like no good, really have gratitude, because it could be 10 times worse. Okay, so really have that gratitude, and be content with everything. Because once you're content and have gratitude, and you open your heart and everything like that, you receive more. So really think about that, okay? Really be grateful for everything. You have the Magician card for what you need to do now. And why is the Magician here? One more card. Wow. Wow. All right, so so you do have the Magician card. You have the Death card, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so like I said, with the Magician card, you create your own world here, okay? You're living the life that nobody else is living. You yourself are living a life that nobody else is living. Okay. So really create your world the way you want to. Okay. You have all the tools, the wisdom, the tools, everything to manifest what you want, to create what you want. So if you're thinking negative, it's going to come in negative. If you think positive, it's going to bring in positive. So just remember that. Okay. Really shift your mindset because you need to. And find patience. You have that, the Knight of Pentacles here. Knight of Pentacles is saying, you're working very hard. You work very hard for everything that you receive, your success, the material success. So, have patience. Have patience for everything. Okay. When you don't see it coming in all the time, have patience. Things, it's in divine time that it's going to come in. Okay. So just remember that. It's going to pay off, because you're very dedicated, you work very hard, but just, have patience. Then you have the Death card here, and the Death card is saying that you're going through a big transformation. Things are changing for you. A lot of changes here. The old you is no longer the same you. The same patterns, the things you used to eat, you're changing it up, because there's so much energy in the world now. The planets are shifting, things are opening, things are coming out, the truth is coming out, people are leaving our lives, things are changing. And so are you. You're going to change because you have this transformation thing going on. There's a transformation here that's leading you to that. So just be ready because there's going to be a lot of change coming in. And then you have the Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here? One more card. Wow, that's nice. All right, so you have the Hierophant and you have the Ten of Cups. So that's very nice. So, with the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups together, I feel like strongly like you really do need to have that forgiveness and compassion. They want you to follow your heart, and they don't want you to harden your heart either. We all go through a life, right? And people hurt us. People break our hearts and they die, and it's hard. And sometimes we don't even get over it, but we hold on to that hurt so much. But, it's okay to hold on to it, but eventually you're going to have to deal with all these emotions that are going to come up, and they want you to open your heart, to have that compassion, to have that forgiveness so that you can make good choices with your heart. Like whatever it is that's making you happy, whatever it is that's going to make you happy, follow your heart to it. Don't be cold and angry all the time because you don't want to live life like that. It's very hard to live like that, being mad at the world or being mad at people because one person or somebody went and broke your heart or somebody went and hurt you. You can't take it out on other people. You got to just, really open your heart to compassion and forgiveness. Have that, okay? Trust your intuition. Trust your heart to make the decisions that are going on around you. You're looking for answers, you're looking at your decisions. You're looking at religion values and traditional values, and you're going to find the answers that you're looking for, Once you open your heart to that compassion and forgiveness, it's gonna move you to this Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups is happiness, being together and just enjoying life, and it's good, do your thing, do what you have to do, but really have that compassion and forgiveness. And if you don't want to confront that person, well then just forgive them in your heart, forgive them. You don't have to go and, beg anybody for no forgiveness or anything. Just ask ask God, give it to God and say, forgive me, for, whatever, because you have to have that forgiveness. And that's a big thing here. Okay. And then you have, I'm just going to pick up those cards. And then you have the Emperor for the outcome. And why is the Emperor here for the Capricorn? Wow. There's truly a big beginning here, because you're leaving a lot of stuff behind. You have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, new things are coming in. Wow. Really think positive, you guys, okay? Because it's gonna change. There's a lot of changes here. You start off with the Emperor. The Emperor is talking about that you're able to handle anything that comes your way. Very smart. You're going to have that stability. You know, the stable foundation. You're very wise. You just know how to deal with things. You know, very strong-willed. Also, you're ready for anything that comes your way. You've always been ready, Capricorn. Okay, so just know that you've been reminiscing a lot, thinking about the past, people that have passed away. You know, childhood memories, brothers, sisters, whatever, family, parents. You're just being very nostalgic right now. You're also going through this big healing because you're going through a transformation, which is bringing up a lot of the emotions coming up. So be also prepared for that. But really keep your emotions stable, okay? Like I said, don't go and take it out on anybody. You know, really keep them stable. Let go of that past, okay? And also you have the Ace of Swords, and really see the truth in everything, okay? Speak your truth, see the truth. There is a truth that's going to come out. So just know that. There's something that you're going to see that it's going to make you be like, wow, I knew it. You know, like deep down, I knew it. You know, there is a truth here. So just know that. And there's also breakthroughs. There's also clarity. You're going to understand everything that you're going through, everything that's been happening. You're going to understand why. So just know that. Wow, this is leading you to something very big. So just hang in there, Capricorn, okay? Because good things are here. A lot of good things are here in this reading. You know, keep your faith, keep your hope, okay? All right, so Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. God bless.